Monday morning, let's get into Tesla Shorts Time Daily, episode 452, coming to you from Vancouver. It's April 27th, 2026. Here's what's kicking off the week in Tesla land. Tesla is rolling out a virtual queue for Superchargers to end the fights over who charges next. Tesla is building out its virtual queue system for Superchargers after incidents where disagreements over arrival order led to actual fights at busy sites. When a station is full, the app uses your location to let you join a digital waitlist. It shows your position in line and tells you exactly when it is time to plug in. Chargers are not yet as plentiful as gas pumps, so tensions can rise quickly when people are waiting. You can see how this creates real EV growing pains in daily use. The system should reduce stress for everyone by removing confusion around order. It still depends on drivers acting in good faith, yet the clarity alone should improve things noticeably. What happened here is a software fix addressing a human problem at the stations. Instead of arguments over who arrived first, the digital line brings calm efficiency. This should help turnover at the stalls without needing to add physical infrastructure right away. From a customer view, it makes the whole experience less frustrating, especially on long trips. It is one of those ideas that sounds simple but actually shifts the economics of the whole network. Most assume the bottleneck is simply the number of physical stalls. Yet poor turnover from arguments and bad etiquette can waste more effective capacity than adding another charger ever could. The fundamental question is at what point software coordination of human behavior creates more reliable uptime than pouring more concrete. Each minute of unnecessary wait or hesitation compounds across the network when stations see consistent congestion. A virtual queue that tells drivers exactly when to arrive can raise effective utilization rates without any new hardware. Tesla knows location, battery state, and arrival order, so it can enforce an orderly digital line. This replaces informal social norms that sometimes break down under pressure. It reflects the same full-stack mindset Tesla applies to manufacturing and autonomy by removing variables humans introduce. If charging can feel as predictable as hopping on a numbered ferry, the entire supercharger network becomes more valuable. That value grows for owners, the grid, and the business without proportional capital spend. That same focus on removing friction shows up in smaller but genuinely useful ways too. The newest version of the Tesla app reveals code for an upcoming trailer light test feature. Owners will soon test their trailer lights remotely from the phone. No longer will you need a second person standing at the back while you cycle through the signals. For anyone who tows regularly, this is one of those small quality of life additions that just makes sense. It shows Tesla quietly adding thoughtful touches for real-world use cases beyond the daily commute. Towing brings extra considerations for electric vehicle drivers, and details like this ease the process. The engineering team appears to be thinking about practical scenarios many owners face. These kinds of polish improvements can strengthen loyalty among people who use their vehicles for work or recreation. While they are making life easier for existing owners, they are also trying to open the door wider for future ones. Tesla has released its Robotaxi app on Android after it was only available on iOS. The move opens the platform to a much wider group of potential riders. Many had been expecting this step for some time. Lowering that barrier could help the network grow faster once unsupervised operations expand. It is a straightforward but important measure in making the service less exclusive. Expanding access like this matters for scaling because convenience drives adoption. The more riders who can easily download and use the app, the smoother the rollout can be. Of course, any conversation about scaling has to include what the money picture actually looks like right now. Cantor Fitzgerald kept its overweight rating and $510 price target on Tesla. The firm noted that Tesla beat first quarter expectations on revenue margins and free cash flow. Yet the jump in CapEx guidance to over $25 billion this year will push free cash flow negative for the rest of 2026. Analysts stayed positive because Cybercab Semi and the updated Megapack are tracking toward volume production. This is a clear reminder that Tesla continues to invest heavily in future lines of business. The capital allocation shows confidence in those upcoming products reaching scale. Investors will need to weigh the near-term cash burn against those longer-term opportunities. That heavier spending also reflects the reality that competition is not standing still. BYD has unveiled a 1,000 horsepower electric sedan priced aggressively to undercut the Model S Plaid and Porsche offerings. It reflects how quickly some Chinese manufacturers are moving upmarket with both performance and value. This adds pressure in the premium performance segment where Tesla has led. The company will need to keep its product cadence sharp to hold ground here. One thing worth watching closely is how this kind of direct challenge develops. BYD dropped this 1,000 horsepower electric sedan priced to undercut the Model S Plaid while still delivering serious performance. It signals that competition in the high-end EV space is getting faster and cheaper. Chinese makers are moving quickly on both hardware and pricing strategies. Tesla has historically led on range and efficiency metrics. When rivals match or exceed headline numbers at lower cost, it forces a clear response. Tesla is positioned to counter through its next-generation platform and ongoing cost reductions. That said, the margin for error on execution is shrinking in this environment. While we watch the external pressure, Tesla continues to make quiet moves that only become clear later. Tesla is putting up a new facility near the Reno airport close to the Nevada Gigafactory. Its exact purpose is not immediately clear from the outside. It could support logistics, serve as a testing hub, or connect to future production plans. These kinds of builds often signal longer-term strategies that only make sense in hindsight. The speculation around it shows how closely observers track where Tesla places its resources. Proximity to the existing Gigafactory suggests strong operational ties. We will learn more in the months ahead, but the activity itself is worth noting. All right, let us pull back from the big picture and look at what is actually buzzing on X today. Elon dropped a scam Altman comment right as the trial kicked off. The Tesla community on X seemed genuinely curious to see where the day would go from there. It highlights how closely some owners track his commentary even when it is not strictly about cars or energy. Reactions range from amusement to speculation about longer-term meaning. Separately, a detailed post explained why Tesla's camera-based system can improve faster than sensor fusion approaches. It argued that data volume and generalization give vision an advantage on the long tail of edge cases. LiDAR might offer short-term redundancy, yet the cost curve discussion felt relevant. Companies are pouring money into different autonomy stacks, so this debate keeps resurfacing. The winner could shape the whole industry in the years ahead. There was also strong positive engagement around Tesla safety messaging. The company stated that safety remains its primary design objective. They paired it with relief that an owner walked away from a serious crash. This blend of engineering focus and human outcome resonated widely. It serves as a reminder of why many owners place trust in the vehicles. And that brings us to where the stock actually landed after all this news. Tesla stock reacted to first quarter results that beat expectations on several fronts. Selling pressure followed the raised CapEx outlook that signaled negative free cash flow ahead. Analyst notes split between those emphasizing long-term bets on Cybercab and Semi. Others focused more on near-term caution around the spending step-up. Sentiment stayed divided between multi-year believers and those watching the cash burn closely. Some shareholders posted simple reminders to hold steady through the volatility. The tone mixed encouragement with realism after the mixed earnings signals. A portion of the owner-investor base clearly prioritizes the bigger picture over daily moves. Before we go, keep an eye on how quickly the virtual queue system expands and whether more details emerge about that Reno area facility. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $371.39, down $3.86, 1%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This podcast is curated by Patrick, but generated using AI voice synthesis of my voice using ElevenLabs. The primary reason to do this is I unfortunately don't have the time to be consistent with generating all the content and wanted to focus on creating consistent and regular episodes for all the themes that I enjoy, and I hope others do as well.